Hi, I'm Madison, and today we'll be talking about technology and education and using technology in the classroom. I will be covering two questions. The first one is why it is important to know about learning theories when creating a technology-based learning environment. And question two is of the two most predominant learning theories, i.e. behaviorism and constructivism, which theory I think is most applicable towards creating a technology-based learning environment, and why I think that this theory is the most important. So to start, as a teacher, it is so important to know that every person learns differently. If we structure instruction the same way in every classroom, students would not be able to learn. Learning theories, as a teacher, are essential to consider when creating an effective classroom. However, they are even more important to understand when creating a technology-based learning environment. For example, every student learns in a specific way, and when adding something as complex as technology into the classroom, the teacher needs to understand that the students will think in different ways. The teacher needs to consider how every student thinks, understands, and utilizes the information. Each student will have previous experiences not only from their home lives but also from the classroom and will use the information differently. The teacher should think of different ways to teach technology in order to touch upon each and every learning theory. An example of this could be using peer teaching to ensure that each student is able to teach his or her own peers things that they may not know. So for question two, behaviorism assumes that the learner is passive and can be shaped through positive and negative reinforcement. In behaviorism, learning is defined by the student's change in behavior and stresses that one's behavior is shaped by the consequences of his or her own actions. In relation to teaching, the student's learning will be affected by the teacher's positive and negative reinforcements and remarks on their assignments. Constructivism is based around the idea that learning is active. It states that students construct knowledge rather than acquiring it in a new way. In this theory, the students use their past knowledge and experiences to construct a new interpretation of the information. Thus, the students interpret the information in different ways based on their past knowledge. When thinking about these theories in relation to using technology in the classroom, I believe that constructivism would be the most effective method. When using technology, especially nowadays, every student will have past experiences that lead them to perform in different ways. Some will be better and some will be worse. Since each student will have different knowledge about technology, he or she will be able to do different things. So, the teacher needs to think about what the learner can do on his or her own, what the learner can do with the help of others, and what the learner cannot do but will be motivated to do. Thus, constructivism is the most efficient theory to use in a technological classroom. This theory is important because it takes into consideration the student's abilities with the help of others, and the student's motivation to learn new information. Overall, I think that teachers really need to think about learning theories when using any kind of instruction in the classroom since, as I said before, every person learns differently. And when you add technology into the classroom, it's a new topic, it's something new and that the students have never learned before, and we need to really take into consideration that every student may not see things the same way as the teacher does, and the teacher needs to understand that. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll sign off for now.